Lee Mack is a comedian, from stand-up to panel shows.
The glamour.
And his own sitcom, Not Going Out, which he writes and stars in.
The most important rule of showbiz is to keep your dignity at all times and not do anything you feel uncomfortable with. That's not a good look for the Radio Times, is it?
Today he's being photographed for the Radio Times front cover.
Can I do that pin? That'll make me feel a bit more comfortable, is that all right? I did happen to mention that I write in my pyjamas, so they brought pyjamas for me to dress in. I feel quite nice, these. Quite like the feeling of the silk against my skin.
Born into a working-class family in Southport, Lee's real name is Lee McKillop. Making people laugh runs in the family.
Is this safe? When I started doing stand-up comedy, my grandmother said, "Oh, like your great-granddad, Billy Mac." And she started telling me about him being a variety hall comedian. But I don't really know much about him. Eye contact, camera. So you want the more natural approach to drinking coffee, yeah? So I just would love to know more about him. I feel like I'm a sex model for sheds. Hi. On my mum's side, I'm very close to him. My grandad, Joe, whilst at the same time knowing very little about his childhood. This is a bit mysterious to me, and I'd like to know more about that. So you want me to do that and relax, yeah? My grandparents are no longer alive, and sadly neither are my parents. So in terms of finding out about my past, I haven't got that many people to turn to, really. But as I get older, I'm getting more curious. If I could just have one thing that I came away with from this, I want to find out more about Billy Mac, the comedian. Or to find out I have a castle, for example, that I never knew I owned. Right. These are my pictures.
Lee knows his paternal great-grandfather was a comedian. In his box of family pictures are a few mementos from Billy Mac's career that he wants to show his wife, Tara.
So, here he is, Billy Mac, my great-grandfather. That's his poster for his show.
It's great. That, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Billy Mac on the right.
Yeah, you can tell by the nose.
What? I want to know who this Billy Bray character is as well. I want to know if they were a double act or not.
That'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? Funny how they're not laughing or doing anything, pulling a funny face to try and get you to come in.
And then if you turn it over, it says, "Here, Billy Mac sing cabbages, carbines and carrots."
What carbines?
I've no idea what carbines are. Twice nightly.
Well, he's obviously a jobbing comic, isn't he? He's just getting out there and doing shit.
It's my great-grandfather. Funniest show in town.
He's not come in as
Funniest show in town. He wasn't jobbing. You know, I go away sometimes and I come back.
Yeah.
I do this.
Is that what you do?
That's what I do,
Do you sing
yeah.
songs?
I don't sing songs about cabbages, carbines and carrots, no. Although I might start. It might be a very funny song. The Chic Casino. And it tells you where it is, opposite the Queen's Hotel on the promenade in Southport. I grew up in Southport and I don't know what that was. The Queen's Hotel, I'm sure, is there still. Is the pier opposite the Queen's Hotel? We've been on the Southport pier. I took you to the end of the pier, didn't I?
You did.
Remember that holiday we had?
Yeah.
See? I treated, didn't I? So this is in dress, what I assume is his act on stage, because it's a postcard and it's also signed. So he obviously gave these out after shows and things.
He's looking very dapper, isn't he?
Yeah. If that's 1919, he's got to be at least... Well, in the olden days, everyone looked just old all the time. He looks about 25, 30, does he? Possibly more, 40 even.
Yeah. Do you know what that says?
I don't know, it says, "Yours terribly, Billy, 1919." And it says something like, "I took..." Does that say Valium? Oh, "I look..."
Villainous?
Villainous. Yes, I think you're right.
Villainous.
I love this shot.
That's great, isn't it? I think that's a
Yes.
brilliant shot.
Either my great-granddad was a cross-dresser or that was his act.
Or was that his panto days?
Eh?
Him in panto?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Maybe he did panto, yeah. Maybe that's his widow Twanky.
Yeah.
I find it slightly odd that these autographs are... They're signed to people and they ended up being our family. To Gladys. I wonder who Gladys was. I wonder if Gladys was my great-grandmother.
Do you know anything about your great-grandmother?
Nothing whatsoever. Absolutely
So
nothing.
you don't know who he married or...
Not a thing.
So what do you think you want to find out about Billy Mac?
What do I want to find out? I want to find out more about his comedy career, how successful he was. I just generally want to know more about him.
Lee's great-grandfather went by the stage name of Billy Mac. But Lee knows his real name was William McKillop, so he's been able to order up his birth certificate.
This is very exciting. My first clue. I always do that. I'm always checking to see if there's any money in. You know, like a birthday card. Well, 1889. Birth in the sub-district of Derby. And it says, the 6th of May, 1889, William Alexander. Name of father, Alexander William. Nice little twist there, isn't it? Occupation of father, mechanical engineer. If he was born in 1889, that would mean he saw the First World War, so that was 1914, so that would have made him 25 when the First World War broke out. So he could have fought in the First World War, couldn't he? Typically, as a self-obsessed stand-up comedian, I've been trying to find out about his showbiz life. But actually, perhaps there's something more interesting and profound I should find out, like, did he fight in the First World War? So I suppose a starting point would be to go online and see if there's any record of a William Alexander McKillop, possibly dressed in drag, fighting in the First World War. McKillop, William. Ooh, a British Army World War I medal rolls. Well, he's not on it. Oh, yes, he is. Date of disembarkation was 7th of November, 1915. What regiment was he in? King's Liverpool. Looking at this, I'm just as interested in finding out about the army now. I want to know what he was decorated for. What did he do particularly that got him this medal? If he's in the King's Liverpool regiment, the obvious place to go would be Liverpool.